Turmoil in a government institution is never a good thing, but when it's a provincial prison system, it can escalate to a whole new level of trouble. Most of Alberta's jails are in lockdown. This after hundreds of guards at a brand new facility in Edmonton staged a strike over safety issues. The government had the strike declared illegal, but the guards union says it is standing firm. Anne Gaviola is covering all developments on the story and joins us now with more. So, Anne, you know, at this stage, what's the likelihood that there'll be a de-escalation and resolution to this dispute?
It's not looking very likely anytime soon, Nancy. It was back on Friday that workers at the Edmonton Remand Centre walked off the job citing safety concerns. That has since spread into something that's playing out across the province. There are signs now it may even be affecting people in neighboring Saskatchewan. The union says there's a busload of correctional officers from Saskatchewan that are expected to join today's protest in Edmonton, so we're watching that. Now, the Provincial Labour Board ruled that this strike is illegal. More than a dozen correctional officers were served with papers early this morning. They were told they could face jail time or fines if they didn't get back to work. We know that some of the workers at a juvenile detention centre in Edmonton have, in fact, gotten back to the job. And during all of this, they've brought in municipal workers or RCMP officers to replace some of the correctional officers who are not on the job. And some of the inmates have been restricted to their cells. We have reports, including from Alberta's Deputy Premier, saying that some inmates have taken to trashing their cells. They're protesting, they say, the fact that they're not getting important medication and even their meals on time. The CBC has secured an exclusive interview with an inmate at the Fort Saskatchewan Correctional Centre in Alberta. She says the situation on the women's side where she is extremely tense, but it is much worse over on the men's side. Listen to what she has to say.
Right now, I feel really, it's like on eggshells right now. It's very on edge. They had to pull out a lot of men on the units because they're trying to start riots on each unit, but the women are doing okay. We have one RCMP and some other lady here who's in white, but I don't know, we've never seen them before.
And we talked about the potential escalation. Any moment now, we are likely to hear back from a meeting between the union and sheriffs in the province to find out whether or not the sheriffs are going to be engaging in any kind of job action in a form of solidarity for their correctional workers. Nancy, we're watching that situation.
And the fact that it has escalated even to this point, Anne, suggests that the guards feel pretty strongly about this. Talk more about the safety concerns that have been the essential trigger to all of this.
That's right. Very strong safety concerns, all to do with what is being called a super jail. It is the largest facility of its kind in Canada. It can house up to 2,800 people. It's a $580 million building. The problem the guards who work there say has to do with the open concept. Essentially, they say, leaves them vulnerable to too much interaction with the inmates. The union toured the facility a few days before it opened, and they came back and they had, they say, 5 pages worth of design flaws associated with this building. They asked for a delay in the transfer of inmates over to this facility. That didn't happen. And then we have this whole situation that has ensued as a result of that. I can tell you there are no reports of injuries at this point, although some of the lawyers for the clients, some of the inmates that are housed here, have been reporting they've had trouble getting a hold of their clients, and they are concerned, as mentioned, that they may not be getting access to important medication and meals delivered on time. Nancy?
Clearly a tense and fluid situation. We'll stay on it. Thanks for the update, Anne.